about your beloved Houston Astros, who took down the Minnesota Twins last night 5-1. And there's a bunch of different things we could talk about. The show that led to an ejection of Alex Introne. We could talk about Chas McCormick's absolute bomb of a home run. Alex Bregman getting another. Jose Abreu almost flicking an opposite field grand slam. But I think we got to talk about a very surprising development over the past 5 weeks or so. Luis Garcia goes down, done for the year. Jose Urquidy, he's gone till the All-Star break. Lance McCullers, who bleeping knows anymore? You would think that maybe finally the Astros pitching staff would come back to earth. And yet, it hasn't, because Brandon Bielak and J.P. out of bleeping nowhere, have come in and put together what? 5 straight good starts, 4 straight quality starts for Bielak last night, who finally got some run support. The hits allowed have steadily been going down. France has a 4 ERA, 1.3 walks, hits per innings pitched after 5 major league starts. He's thrown into the 6th in 3 of them. Combined, the two have teamed for 54 innings, just 21 earned runs, a 3.5 ERA. Maybe, just maybe, the Astros won't need to make a move to get a pitcher at this year's trade deadline, where you would likely move some of the surprisingly assets that you have in the outfield that you probably didn't think you had, especially when they brought back Michael Brantley, and especially with what a musical chairs it was last year between Chas McCormick, who really didn't get going until the postseason, and Mauricio Dubon, who no one ever wanted to see at the plate. All of a sudden, he's good this year. And Jake Myers, who has been very impressive, all things considered, to start the year. And then you've got George Julks. You've got a lot of things going on here. Did I say George? Corey. In the outfield that you could potentially use to get yourself a little bit of extra depth. And you might not need to get it. Now, I don't know how long this Bielak stretch and this JP France stretch continues. I saw Chandler Rome, everyone's favorite, my favorite. You guys are all, Chandler Rome. But he put this in his athletic piece. France and Bielak are surrendering at least 9 hits per 9 innings and have walks, hits, and innings pitched higher than 1.29. You add the FIP statistic for the two of them, and there's a chance that they've been really lucky getting out of games and going through starts largely unscathed enough to provide a quality start, which the Astros desperately needed last night, given how taxed the bullpen's been. But perhaps we might not need to see the Astros make some sort of major move when it comes to the pitchers. This has been a nice little stretch that those two have put together, and a month-plus sample size. At what point do we decide, yeah, this is going to continue? I'm not quite there yet. I think Chandler Rome throwing a ice bucket of reality on everything is always necessary, and I think the Astros definitely have to be weighing their options as you get closer and closer to July. You hope the outfielders continue to play well, and you hope that these two obviously continue to pitch well, but maybe they won't need to make a move. So we start off with that. It's the Paul Gallant Show, ESPN 97.5 and 92.5, 713-780-3776. To call in, to text in to the most interactive sports talk show in Houston. You can join us on our Twitch, twitch.tv/ESPN975. I'm getting roasted for wearing a good shirt. I'm kind of mad about this one today. I don't normally get mad at the listeners, but I'm mad at the Twitchers for talking trash about my awesome Houston Oilers shirt. This thing's expensive. And maybe that's why I'm mad. You can also get in touch with us on Twitter, at Gallant Says, at ESPN975, at Sean A. Mapes, Behind the Glass. Sean, when you saw that the Astros would be without Luis Garcia for a while and Jose Urquidy for a while, and we don't know what the hell's going on with Lance McCullers. Duh. Like, that's the one thing that we always know. We don't know anything about Lance McCullers. How bad did you think it would be between Bielak and France over the past, I don't know, 5 weeks or so.
I anticipated some struggle. I thought they would have like 3 like decent starts, maybe 2 decent starts, and then one absolute clunker every time. And they're not quite at that. I think they've been a little bit better than like decent starts. Like they've made good starts. Also, I'm so glad you didn't ask me about my opinion about your shirt. That's where I thought you were going.
What? Whoa, are you about to talk some trash about the shirt? What the hell?
I just feel like I have to say I like it now. And I don't really have any feeling either way towards it.
You should like it regardless. The fit today is fire.
Yeah.
White hat. Yeah.
I'm looking at it on the Twitch camera right now.
Kiss my ass. That is a load of horse hooey.
Yeah, I like it. I'll say this.
I don't believe you now. I don't believe you.
I wouldn't have left a negative Twitch comment. I'll say that. I would have never mentioned it. But you mentioned your clothes, and then you asked me, and they're like, Sean, I want to ask you a question. I was like, oh my God.
It's been described mega. It looks like underoos or long handle underwear. It's because I'm wearing a Henley shirt. It's got buttons. Yeah, I like to show a little chest lettuce. Kiss my ass, Twitch, you sons of biscuits. Anyway, on a serious note, what we're seeing from these two guys has been really impressive. I mean, none of us should rationally believe it'll continue, but to this point, it's been enough. Couple of comments here. Twitch.tv/ESPN 97.5. Todd the Show says, I still think they go for a great starter. I wonder who those options will be, and I wonder what they would have to give up to get a great starter. Who? And what would it cost? Is it going to cost you Drew Gilbert, who everyone had a giant pants tent over based off of what he did in spring training? I mean, for all we know, Drew Gilbert isn't going to do much. But maybe he will be good. You never know, obviously. Seems like that's your best asset to get something good. You know, I know a lot of armchair general managers would love to pull the old Madden Force trade and trade Corey Julks for the best pitcher in the game, whoever that is at this moment in time. That's not how it works. You're going to have to give up someone with actual potential. You would think the Astros have trade raped a couple of teams in the past. I don't know if I can say that, but we all know what that term means when it comes to the Verlander trade, when it came to the Garrett Cole trade, when it came to the Zach Greinke trade. Like, they've done it before, so I suppose it's possible, but I would assume you're going to have to throw in at least something that's spicy, young. It's got a little donk. You know what I'm talking about here? You know, we can't be talking about some aged, pruned goods. We're talking about something that's throwing a little high heat.
Do they need like an awesome starter? Like, do they need to trade for like someone who's awesome, or do they just need like another arm?
I think another arm is really
and
what
so
you need.
In that case, you don't have to give up any of the good stuff.
Right. Look, barring injury, and I guess we've got to knock on wood, what they have right now, we said this yesterday, Framber, Javier, Hunter Brown, that should be enough for the playoffs. Now, catching the Texas Rangers, another story. And we're going to take a look at the Texas Rangers at 11 o'clock because, good God, they have been good. They keep winning. I want to say it's a fluke, but I looked at the numbers. You can't really say that anymore.